quarter-final, so things are getting serious now in the competition after you did well to secure that home game in the last 8.
Yeah, it's pleasing to have obviously a home quarter-final, and something that we're all really looking forward to. It's strange coming off the back of playing the same side and playing them twice, and maybe slightly different combinations for both teams. But yeah, an exciting day for all involved, and hopefully we can keep it going and make the latter stages.
Andy Robertson, as ever, very honest post Sunday. What's the reaction been like on the training ground this week after the comments that were made?
Well, good. We trained today for the first time, and I think there was a good attitude from the players in general. We kind of mixed our training day a little bit today. Had a good response. Leaders, spoke up really well and talked about some of the areas that we, as a group, all of us weren't particularly happy with from the Leeds game. But also we focused and talked a little bit about the character that we showed to finish the game as we did, to score 2 late tries, and then for Matthew to kick the kick that he kicked was a great way to win a game. And we kind of got the kick up the backside that we maybe needed, but without losing the game. I'm still coming away with the points. So if we can learn from that game and take both of those kind of the positive and the negative out of it as messages, then I think going forward it'd be good for us.
What is the one thing that needs to improve perhaps from Sunday going into this weekend's game?
I think it was it's fair to say we all saw that perhaps in attack we didn't look after the ball as well as we have done recently. We didn't maybe get through as many phases to test leads. We made a couple of errors and a couple of balls to the floor that in key areas that maybe has not been like us. And likewise we fell off a few tackles and made a few errors in defence. And that's not taking anything away from Leeds. Leeds played well. I think did their homework well, scored a couple of nice tries against us and put us under pressure. So we got to learn from that. But we've also got to get our house in order. And I think after that, I'm sure this week we'll see that kind of response from a slightly different group of players.
So I was going to ask how many team changes you're going to make on Friday. Is it wholesale changes or just a few?
No, I think it would be a few guys that will get an opportunity that need an opportunity to play, and I think that's what we've done throughout the British and Irish Cup. We've given boys an opportunity, both experienced and young, who've needed rugby in games, and the success of that group to get to this stage in this competition will be no different taking us forward.
Second successive game against the same opposition, but is it hard to prepare based on the information from Sunday, because the two lineups could be very different?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see how both lineups and obviously for us see how they select and what they put out on the field. They've got a good squad, there's no doubt about that, and they've got some good individuals. The minus for them is obviously having to travel up and back from Leeds twice in a short turnaround. We have the challenge of a short turnaround as well, and making sure the guys that are going to play again have recovered from bumps and bruises and so on. But that process seems to be running well this week, and we'll go into the game confident, and we'll go into the game looking forward to it, with the motivation of making a semi-final of a competition, which is obviously extremely exciting, but probably the bigger motivation again is that we're at home, and I think we're seeing at the moment another great crowd at Ashton Gate, and the boys are really responding to the support that we're getting, and it's something that we're all we're all really keen to play there.
Are you looking forward to when Ashton Gate's developed and your crowds will be possibly even bigger?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite exciting. The plans, you can already see the sort of shell of the stadium at the bottom end being coming up and being built, and it's really exciting. I think it makes for more and more momentum, hopefully for Bristol sport in general, but for us obviously to play our home games in that kind of facility will be unbelievable.
From your experience, does revenge ever come into a game? I think they beat you in the semi-finals last year. Is that going to be on the players' minds?
No, I think there's myself included. There's a number of people who weren't involved last year. It's a different year, different season. We'll go into the game with the same sort of mindset, hopefully an improved mindset from last week, but the same sort of mindset as we've gone right through the competition. We've had some big games in the B&I Cup, 2 games against Pontypridd, they've been extremely close, and 2 tough games home and away against Scottish and Connacht. So we want to keep that going, that momentum going with this group of players, and we want to be successful in the competition. We want to win every competition that we're in, there's no doubt about that. Whether that's realistic or not is a different matter. In terms of team news, are there any injuries to report from last week, or better still, is there anyone back or available for selection this week? We're still first day back in really, so we're still at that stage of finalising assessments and people coming through rehab, and and seeing where they're at. But no, at the moment, relatively good. We had quite a good number of fit trainers this morning. When we did do a bit of contact this morning as well, which you soon tell whether boys are down to contact or not, and most of them were. So I think we've had a good training day today, and then a little bit more going into the game. We'll know a bit more closer to the game.